Joining us now to discuss Inauguration Day security is Bill Bratton. He is the former police commissioner in New York and Boston and former chief for the Los Angeles Police Department. Thank you so much for joining us this early, sir. Listen, how would you assess the federal government and Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser's security preparations for the inauguration today? I mean, many people have said that the Capitol looks like a war zone. It is almost completely locked down.
I would give them a AAA plus in terms of preparations, the analysis, the intelligence that's available. It's unfortunate that we're at a point in time in our history where we need to go to what seems to be such extremes. I hate that term war zone. Washington, D.C. does not look like a war zone. There are no destroyed buildings. It is not Fallujah. Does it look very different than the norm? It certainly does. But it's, again, unfortunate that's where we are in America today.
So here's the thing, though. There's still a lot of chatter on the internet, experts say, from some of these groups who had initially been planning to go to Washington, D.C. What are you concerned about? The area that is locked down is kind of like the core area, but there's much more to the city than where the Capitol building is. And what about these threats of other for other state capitals? What are you thinking about today?
Well, the reality is that it's as unlikely today that there are going to be any mass demonstrations anywhere in the Washington, D.C. area. That's the reality. That's the good news. These characters are going to look for softer targets, whether that's state capitals now or in the future or other types of facilities. We'll have to watch for that going forward. As far as today's event, it is very unlikely that you'll see demonstrations or any type of incident in D.C. They're prepared for just about every eventuality. The concern today is really for the lone wolf, what you don't see in terms of large demonstration, the lone wolf, the sniper, the bomb, potentially the drone issue. So the shift in focus has changed because they've now taken care of the external threat of large crowds, similar to what we saw on January 6th. Going forward, we have to be very observant, good at intelligence analysis to identify when they are seeking to form up together again to conduct mass attacks or mass demonstrations.
We're just going to let the audience, know what they're watching right here. This is Marine One landing on the grounds of the White House. This helicopter will be taking the president to Joint Base Andrews, where his send-off ceremony will take place. That is scheduled to happen in the 8 o'clock hour, and the president is actually scheduled to leave the White House at around 8 o'clock. So continuing with some of the security concerns today, we saw in that riot 2 weeks ago, there were members of police, there were members of the military in that crowd. We have been told that with 25,000 National Guard troops taking over or securing the Capitol, that they're going to be vetted. Already, we've seen some guards being removed from their posts. How on earth do you vet that many people?
Well, that's the challenge. And the good news is that the initial vetting over the last week of 25,000 National Guard has resulted in the identification of only 12 individuals concerned, 2 because of evidently online postings of extremist views, and the other 10 for undefined legal matters. That's the good news. But going forward, you're going to see more of that. American police forces routinely, I know New York City, Los Angeles, when we hire new police officers, we require that they turn over to us access to all their social media sites so that we can determine that they don't have extremist views as we seek to bring them into the department. And then we do extensive monitoring of communications within the department to ensure that they're not abusing the texting and emailing capacity and capabilities of the department.
Well, that's really interesting. Commissioner Bratton, we have to let you go. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Great to be with you. Thank you so much.